Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make a lovely pot of Caldo Verde, which is a Portuguese potato and kale soup. It's easy, it's simple, it's delicious, but it's hearty but also light because there's no cream in here, but it's just a really fantastic, flavorful soup that you are gonna love. Now, before I go any further, I've got to state that, of course, this is by no means an authentic recipe. It's just my version of it, my take on it, and I hope that you will enjoy it as well. Let me run you through the list of ingredients you will need right now, which are going to be lots of diced potatoes. You can use a Yukon Gold, a russet, or a mixture of both, which is what I like to use, but you don't have to buy two kinds of potatoes. You can just use one. Now, what I have here, you should look for Portuguese sausage, which I'm never going to find in my grocery store. The next best thing I can find is some kielbasa or some Spanish-style chorizo. You need something a little smoky. That would be perfect here. I'm using some kielbasa today because I live in a small town and it's hard for me to find the right Spanish chorizo because they only carry a very small amount in my local grocery store, and they're always sold out. So I'm using kielbasa, which works really well. And then you need lots of chopped onions and some garlic. Easy. I've got a little bit of olive oil in my pot here. What I'm going to do to the olive oil is I'm going to add my sausage. It's not really that hot yet because I want the sausage to render out some of its fat, and the olive oil is going to help. And I'm just going to cook this and just sort of sear it on both sides and then remove it into a bowl, and then we'll move forward. That looks perfect, so I'm setting this aside. Now, in my pot, I still have a little bit of oil, and not that much fat. If I had any more than this, then I would discard some of it. But for now, I think that's perfect. And what I'm going to do is I've reduced the heat down a little bit, and I'm just going to saute my onions and my garlic. I'm not looking to develop color, but I'm looking to just sort of soften them and get them a little more translucent. I'm going to hit them with a small pinch of salt to help them along. And just babysit them for just a couple of minutes, and then they're going to just slowly cook with the potatoes and the stock and be perfect. So let that go for a few minutes, and then we'll move forward. They look great. Smells fantastic in here. I'm going to add my potatoes. I'm going to add my stock. You can also just use water if you want to. This is just water with like a powder bouillon base. Oh yeah, give that a really good stir. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to a simmer, bring it to a boil, cover it, turn the heat down to low, and let it simmer until the potatoes are very, very soft and tender. And then I'll show you the next step once we're there. All right, this has been simmering for about 45 minutes. The potatoes are really tender. I don't want to puree this, but I do want it to have a little bit of a creamy element. So what I do is I just allow the potatoes to do that, and I just take my wooden spoon, right, and you just push some of the potatoes against the pot, and you kind of break them up like that. Look, I'll show you. See that? And that just kind of helps slightly thicken the broth, but not so much that it's like a puree, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go do that just for a couple of minutes, just to make sure that there's a good amount of smooshed potatoes in there. And now what I'm going to do, I've been doing this already, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add the kale. Now what you want to make sure is that you get what's called Tuscan kale, and what you want to do to it is you want to cut it into thin strips. You see that? Not large chunks, but thin strips. It really makes all of the difference, because what happens is it allows you to have some kale on every single spoonful, because it's just the way it's been chopped up. So now I'm going to add the kale to my soup. I've also already adjusted the seasoning because you want to go ahead and taste it before you add any more salt, simply because there's already salt in the onion. I salted the onions, there's salt in the sausage, and this looks like it's a lot of kale, but you kind of need it. I mean, it is an important part of the soup here. So I'm just going to let this simmer. I'm going to add the sausage back in. And I'm going to let all of this simmer together for about 10 minutes or so, and then we serve. That looks perfect. It smells perfect. The last thing I'm going to do is just want to hit it with some freshly cracked black pepper. There you go. This pepper grinder is giving me a lot of trouble, I tell you. It's fine. That's good. Lovely. I'm just going to turn this off. Oh, and it smells just, it's got sort of a mixture of it smells like a twist on escarole soup for me, or like some sort of Italian bean and vegetable soup. That's what it smells like to me, but it's perfect. And you can see, because of the way we cut the kale, you're gonna get a spoonful in every bite. And it's meant to have quite a bit of kale, so don't feel like it's too much. But if you want less, by all means, just add 1 bunch instead of 2 bunches. But for me, since it is such a minimal soup with so many, such minimal ingredients, I want it to be full of kale and I want it to be full of potatoes. So just give me a second, since it went really hot. That sausage gives the broth so much incredible flavor you cannot imagine. The kale was perfectly cooked. It just all together makes for a wonderful winter, I don't know, you could do a lunch, you could do a dinner with some nice crusty bread. It is going to be perfection. Go to laurinthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.